this Furion pick, we're talking about active, and that's how they're going to be able to play this game out. And maybe this Furion could apply that tower pressure that mudgolems can't really deal with, because realistically their tower defense is going to be this very slow and clunky Viper. So if you suddenly have this Centaur Furion kind of walking around together, the Centaur protecting the Furion, towers are falling, then I can see, you know, them opening up the game, because that's what YeS Submarine have to do. They need to open up the game for their Spectre to get to his, you know, beautiful itemization of Manta, Skadi, Basher, Abyssal, etc. to be able to play. If he never gets to those items, then we can just call this over, because also BKB. Like, it's such a rough game for YeS Submarine, in my opinion. So yeah, this Furion has to be the most global guy alive. But luckily, he does have teleportation, so yeah, he's going to be in a...
30 seconds to battle.
I'm going to do the obligatory ghost check to see who's actually got cosmetics for their heroes. Only the Centaur is rocking the new cosmetic. Couriers? Alright. Yeah, exactly. You're not allowed to admit that, alright? As anyone working in Dota, if you don't work always Dota, then you're shunned away, so... True. Yeah. Let's go for it. That's what keeps our Dota economy alive.
Warriors of the wood.
Well, Snap naturally does pretty well in most mid lane matchups due to the fact he has so much wave clear with the cookie and the scatter blast, and also I like his itemization in this lane. Get that casual ring of protection just to cover yourself from, you know, the Blightstone of a Furion. It's pretty much the cookie cutter build for any core Furion nowadays. So yeah, he's gonna have a perfectly fine time, and the main question will be, will Toronto be able to, you know, CS fine? He currently is doing great. But it's that first rotation. He can make the rotation a lot easier than a Snapfire can, and that's going to be the key difference in this matchup.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Nuh-uh.
Honestly, I just hate I hate couriers, mate, in general. But yeah, like the fact that there's like 10 in the game, 5 for each team. It's just like, where was the skill of divvying up, you know, resources across your team? But oh well, it's a bit too easy nowadays. Exactly. Yeah. But like courier micro is also a skill, right? Like, your courier's about to die, the position 5, don't worry guys, I saved it because that's part of my toolkit. Suddenly everyone gets a courier. Yeah, the 5 players now are like, oh well, everyone does it now, whatever. Like, they're just taking more things away from the 5 position. It's just upsetting.
Come.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, like the laning phase right now is you know, very even. I think realistically there's not a lot of kill potential on both sides because Undying is like that nuisance factor. You think about top lane, it's a lot of, again, nuisance, the Viper. And when you have lanes which is like Spectre, Fury, they're not going to get early kills. It's when you get to like minute 5, the bounty rune contest, maybe the Fury's already got 6 and is rotating in, that's when the kills are going to start flowing potentially. But for now, no, teams are playing as they are. No one's, you know, doing anything too crazy, and that's what we expect right now. It does play into Yellow Submarine's favor, but realistically, mudgolems as well, they're going to ramp up the tempo when they get that 1-2 items on each player. They start playing around that chrono timing. That's when we're going to see, you know, objectives being pressured.
Haste.
Yeah, that is true.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But you gotta give... No, it's fine.
First blood. Just did that.
First blood with a poison twist.
Yeah, that's where the Viper v Spectre just comes into play. Viper just non-stop applying that poison attack to him, and unfortunately, even with Oracle getting a point in Fake's Edict to cover from that magic damage, doesn't really allow you to eat through that amount of damage they have. But oh, yeah, it's a rough one. But no, I think you just have to give credit for this mudgolem side. I think Farter and 33, these players, cheeky tonight, but he is going to die for it.
Tower is under attack.
And this is just going to be, yeah, Milan's going to grab the next wave. They now have a double wave to farm. Is he going to grab it? Oh, no, he's not. He's just going to let it meet. Fair enough. I guess, yeah, if you grab that wave, actually, you expect to farm under tower without pressure. So I'm happy they didn't grab the wave. Good job, guys. But no, yeah, I think, yeah, 33 and Fowler, like, whatever team these two go on, and when they pair up, I feel like they just make a team successful. I think the captaining of Fowler just really just elevates a team, right? Like, you can't look at a team he's on, especially when he's playing this 5 position. His just understanding of the game just, I feel, just can make most teams work. He's a very, I think, one of the underrated captains in the scene, for sure. Well, not after you saw Germany, probably people are like, oh yeah, he's actually really good again.
Let's have some other start.
Oh.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Keep that hocus pocus to yourself.
Yeah, a very classic rotation, but they are trying to go on Viper top. Unfortunately, an Oracle Spectre doesn't have that much damage, so can't really convert that kill. But a very classic rotation from mudgolems. You have that catapult wave coming in, you bring both supports mid, instantly pressure this tower, keep the catapult alive, and now suddenly, at minute 6, your Furion, he's going to have potentially this tower fall. And I say potentially, it is going to fall.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, normally Furions, they like to push out their lane and, you know, set up that rotation, but because of this really beautiful move from the supports and mudgolems, this Furion just like, oh well, can't really make any moves now, lad. And realistically, when we spoke about that active nature, who's Fury rotating into this lane? Is he going to TP into a Viper? Is he going to TP into this Void? Like, he doesn't have that instant lockdown in this rotation, so it makes that play so hard, and you're dependent on your side lanes setting up the kill for you. Oh no!
Most learned folks have the common sense to leave me be.
Yeah, unfortunately that bottom engagement BoraNija tried to cookie the Undying in, but I think he just like got caught on the side of the chrono. Slightly mistimed, unfortunately. It was very funny. You just saw the Undying just move like one unit and go, nope, I'm not going in there. Nope, you can't make me. Yes. Oh.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say, at least he has the haunt, right? That's the saving grace there. He just got 6, so he can haunt. But it's just such a hard game because these lanes are just going so well for Yellow Submarines. Because of this tower falling so early, this Snapfire, who naturally is quite a farmy-esque hero, is able just to run around the map and do whatever he wants.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is already a bloodbath. It's not an Undying though.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright, Milan getting a nice deep ward down. Yeah, this is just really good play though from mudgolems. The idea that they put Fada bottom, he tanks up a couple of spells, and it unlocks Milan to get this deep vision out. And now when you look at this Yellow Submarine kind of map control, taking this tier 1 tower, it feels good, of course. You have tower goal, but realistically, you've not made advancements on the map because it's so hard for you to want to play in their jungle when you have this like top side pressure. But hopefully, again, for them, it might look rough now, but their game plan is about buying time. It's about keeping the game going so that they get to that period where Spectre has lots of items in him. But again, it's a very hard thing to do when you're playing up against these heroes that are already in your face, especially from the position. Look, Manan, he's just sitting here. He's like, eventually someone's going to run here and I get to use my ult on them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Don't worry, Mortimer. I'm still here.
Dire's top tower.
Oh no.
Scrapping lad like you is always welcome on my fancy. I guess they took it.
No chance.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now, at the start of that fight, it looked so good for Yellow Submarines because they were able to, eat through that quick engagement. They turned that kill, but it's the continued aggression after. It's that fact that they think, okay, we have numbers advantage now. Let's try and take that fight. And unfortunately, the lineup they have doesn't have that kind of chase potential this early on, so kind of getting a little bit carried away there. And then Tombstone comes into play, even soul ripping the Spectre. That's funny. And then of course Skeeter just arrives and just cleans up. So I think if Yellow Submarine can just be a little more defensive maybe with that engagement, accept the fact they were able to turn around and kind of a gank on their Spectre and accept it, then this could have been a much different story. But unfortunately, like I said, due to that desire for kind of trying to capitalize on that small fight, it kind of bit them in the ass a bit. So, bit of a rough one for them. Go on, mate. it's like a C, I guess. I'll go for like the universal grading because I could use like UK grading, which is like we have like numbers and letters type of thing. So yeah, I'll go for like a C. Because
Dire's turret has been
no, C is like a 5. he's in a rough spot. But no, but this build from Furin is very much a we don't have this damage. We need someone who's able to enter the fight and right click, and I respect that. But I fear that this build is only perfect if you're able to play with the Spectre. You know, Spectre's having an equally good game. If Spectre doesn't have this good game and can cause this confusion in the fight, it's so easy to, you know, locate this Fury and kill him quickly because he is being this glass cannon like you said. So if they play around it, it could be great and his grade could go up. But right now, I'm scared that the Spectre presence won't, you know, like marry well with the itemization. But either way, it's 3k at 14 minutes. Like, it's not too, you know, it's not like doom and gloom right now. Exactly, and they like I said, they just need to keep the game going. That is the key thing. Keep the lanes pushed out, and then wait for Spectre to want to take a fight. They won that previous fight technically. They just got carried away.
Bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Middle tower is under attack.
I told you not to get your back up about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's one of those things where they get that perfect pick off. They kind of surprised the Void, because if you look at the Rubik, he had Scatterblast stolen, which is an immense amount of damage. They surprised him, got that quick kill, but the way that Fada was already in the front of the fight, using Flesh Golem, slowing everyone, a beautiful kick from Milan as well. It's so hard for Yellow Submarine to want to disconnect, especially when they didn't have Stampede up, because they used that earlier in the fight. So it's one of those, it starts great for Yellow Submarine, but at the end of the day, Mudgolems, they have this continued skirmish damage. Well, bye man, thanks for playing.
Dire are scanning.
I'll just say no. Well, he is pretty squishy when, you know, 3 lads are pummeling on him. You know? He's in the wrong neighborhood, putting it bluntly. That's not really putting it bluntly, but still. Some like, I don't know, some like limestone or something. Is that strong? I don't think it is. Is it? I don't really know my rocks. Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It was very bright colored, by the way. Yeah. Like, when you pick off the tanky kind of frontline hero, especially when Clap is farming that aggressively, the best play you can make is that instant smoke sweep through the map and look for that another pick-off. Because the best thing is, if you chain these pick-offs one after the other, yeah, maybe, yeah, they are. Skidder's just slapping it up straight away. Fair enough. That's the thing. That one pick-off, you have to go for it. None the wiser. Yeah, they can't.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
It's scary. It's very, very scary, especially now that their fight kind of construct is a lot easier, because Fata, Fata, 33 and Skeeter can now basically all run in by. Look at them. They just don't care. They're just running around. Chasing down. He's going to find nothing though. bless him, but I just love the reaction to Yellow Submarine. They're like, well, they have this Aegis, so what do we do? Look at right now, you got Yutara in the bot lane pushing that out. Toronto, Tokyo, or Mio, he's up in the top lane. They're just sorting, they're not reacting to this aggression. They're keeping the lanes pushed out and going, okay, cool, you can do your thing, but you're clumped up as 5 right now. You're chasing for pickoffs. So if we can maybe eat through this one Aegis, that fight after, when it expires, that could be a good window for Yellow Submarines to want to, you know, actually.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh no. You know the sad part there? He died because Collapse was passing him over the Aquila. He's like, you know what? Come to me, Carrie, for I have found you a gift on my adventures. And the Spectre then bowed down. Yeah, exactly. Bowed down to him, and it was like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Skeeter again. When Skeeter picks up an Aegis, he does this so often. So basically, he was farming in this. So he was farming right here, trying to skip the wave in this bottom side of the map for Dire. Rubik then just lifted him into a Centaur Storm, into then the route from Oracle, and then all of them used their nukes. And guess what? Skeeter go pop. That's the start of my rap. Skeeter go pop. I'm gonna be dropping that one next week. Yeah. I'm gonna put like that gold grill in my teeth. I was about to start, you know, giving you the first, you know, bar of my my rap, but unfortunately, didn't want to release it to the world too early. Yeah. You think I can pull off a rap? Have you seen me? Even this laugh alone, that little, that is a non-rap laugh. That is true. That could be my USP. Miposhka.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Tokyo's manning up. Hello, Tokyo?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Collapse. Will he live? Blink! Oh, okay. Maybe now. Oh, no. Maybe. Oh, no. I'm just. He was, of course, dead. I thought I'd just give it that fake storyline. Yutaro, not you as well, brother. Yeah, I just love the way that mudgolems are playing map. They set themselves up in this top side of the map, and as soon as they got that one kill on the Oracle top, they instantly just kind of swept through the map. You know, that flooding, that numbers advantage. And look at the itemization from Snapfire. He has bots, he has blink, so no matter where he is, he's always going to be able to just throw that lad all the way into that fight. And they just basically just pick off after pick off. Yellow Submarine, they need to be a little bit more, you know, respectful of these spells and accept it. Skeeter has the BKB. No. They are. Oh, now Milan's going in. Blink.
Mortimer, it's not playtime. And not that sort, anyhow.
Whew.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, it was meant to be one of those moments where that play from mudgolems sweeping through the map, that basically sets you up to be non-stop aggressive and basically mirror that play non-stop throughout the next kind of phase of the game. But YeS Submarine identified the fact that being cute and pushing out waves is great, but you are able to take a fight if you get that pick off. And unfortunately, Skeeter is basically that kind of component in mudgolems right now, which is opening up YeS Submarine to make these good plays, because he dies straight away at the start of the fight, and now you don't have this threat of the chrono. Think about that previous engagement, the one before we just saw. It went so poorly because you just chrono the Furion, take away all that damage from the MKB, and now it's like, oh, well, what are we going to do? So I think Skiddy, he has to be a lot more disciplined in his positioning, play around that kind of the gobble up, and then they'll be fine. So I think it might look a bit good for YeS Submarine, but realistically, mudgolems make one adjustment in their positioning and they're going to be perfectly fine going into this next fight.
Dire are scanning.
Slowly being the key word there, Mr. Panda. Very slowly. 8k net worth, he is below the Centaur. And Tokyo is dead.
Too big for your grassy britches.
It's the saving grace for YeS Submarine. Oh, he's going such glass cannon. He's looking at Mask of Madness, MKB, and then Daedalus. He really is going to just try and blow up these targets. And Milan just used his ultimate on literally nothing. Sorry for calling you out there, Milan, buddy, but I did hear the ultimate, and I heard no death or destruction, so
are fortified.
it's not as if it's a big thing. It's only an Astrea ult.
Attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh.
Nice try.
Oh, all right. Go for it. Why not? Sounds great.
I didn't even know you, but your allegiance said you had to die.
Radiant are
Oh, he found collapse. Oh, look, you know what? That's what he gets. He misses his. He uses his ult in topside jungle, but then he hits that roll. It, balances it out. It's all good. This is the issue, right? With Furion as a hero, it's such like a trap pick where you pick it and go, yeah, we're gonna be aggressive, and in the fights as well, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna man up, but you're a Furion. Against a Void, he just bashes you to Kingdom Come. It's why Void's such a good hero and why mudgolems first picked it, for example. Unfortunately, this Furion is not able to pump out damage because that fight construct, it wasn't the Haunt first, it wasn't that pick off the Centaur, it was the Furion up front. And that means it's such a simple chrono that now, when your Furion's dead, or at least, trying to do any damage through bash, your Spectre is now relegated to the support hero who's just trying to destroy a tombstone from an Undying. So unfortunately, YeS Submarine unable to do any damage in that fight simply due to how they took it. It was a reactionary fight, not their own setup. And another pickoff. Whew. You mean for Furion? Realistically, he needs to be looking more towards, you know, the Satanic. So I bought the Mask of Madness quite early on. It's about you survive the Chrono, and then you need to be able to pump out your damage post Chrono. If you itemize to live through the Chrono, you're then going to do no damage, and that's the issue right now. So
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep. And it puts a lot of pressure on this Oracle having good positioning. He's trying.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
I say trying, he's just watching keenly on the side. But no, we're saying about positioning. Look at the Oracle. He goes for that Blink Dagger. He knows that his job is basically sit as far back as possible. Don't get caught out by, you know, the Gobble Up or the Earth Spirit initiation, and then keep this Furion alive, because that's all his job is. Keep Furion alive, allow for that damage to come across the fight, and you're going to get to that phase that in the next, I'd say, it's not going to sound good, but in about 10 to 15 minutes, that's when YeS Submarine are going to be able to bring something properly to a team fight where they don't only rely on that key pickoff, because Spectre's going to maybe have an Abyssal at that point.
Monster kill!
Were those last words hard to follow for anyone else?
Lucky find.
I was so confused, mate, honestly. I was looking at the Viper kill, I was like, they've not used Gobble Up, what are you on about? I realised the Spectre was dying.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Crikey! That's all I get to say. Crikey! Like that. What was that for a fight? That was. Whew. But that was the fight that the Furion wasn't targeted at the start. They didn't have the Chrono available, and it was just that 1v1 duel. And especially when they avoid Mask of Madness and it commits to that engagement, Furion with just enough range able to just kind of eat through him. You've really got to question Skeeter in some of these engagements. I've said it earlier. He's kind of like the loose cannon right now for this team, where he can either have great games or he can just get picked off relentlessly. And right now, he needs to just take a breather. You know, they just got third place at ESL Germany. Just calm down, mate. That's all we got to do. Just take a chill. Hit a Chrono or 3. But see the Furion, he's going for that Satanic. He is going to go for the let me survive through the Chrono, hopefully with the Oracle ult, and then post Chrono, I'll be able to live due to that Satanic. And the Spectre, if you look at his quick buy, he's going for the E-Blade. He's changed up his, he's like, well, I'm not really a carry at this point. My Furion's doing all the work, but Skeeter again in the bottom! Oh, he has the cheese.
I'm sure you won this one in your dreams, Oracle.
whew, Yellow Submarine. They tried to go for another really clutch pickoff. You got to respect their, their desire to be aggressive. Unfortunately, because the Void had the cheese and they didn't have enough continued stun, it completely turned that fight around. But you got to give props to Yellow Submarine going for the play. But realistically, due to that cheese, it mitigates any aggression you can ever do for the Void. Because with Time Walk, with cheese, with BKB, it's so easy to, eventually survive.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Massive hill, yeah. Yeah, it's all about the hill that you do during it, so it's pretty darn good. I like the adjustment though for Void. That's the key thing I like, is he's realized that he's only dying to this immense amount of right click coming out. So he picks up the very classic halberd, allows him to survive through this window of the game, and now he can continue looking for what items do I need later on. Naturally, Skadi is on the menu because against the Spectre, getting a bit tankier, but I like the fact he went back for this halberd and realized the only reason he is dying is because of this damage type coming in. And now Spectre Spectre's just shifting items for his quick buy. First it was E-Blade because he died to some right clicks. Then he went for AC and he was like, maybe, and then he went for the Skadi. This guy just can't decide. He's like at a buffet.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, you're not relegating the guy that down. Just because he's died... Alright, he's died 9 times. Alright, yeah, no, he's not allowed to pick any.
Time is money.
Yeah. Vibes. BoraNija though. BoraNija is so close to level 25. MKB Satanic. Whew. We've been saying that every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes play. Maybe in 10 minutes. Maybe in 20. Maybe in an hour. But yeah, it's just so scary when you think about that pure 5-on-5, an objective-based fight. There's so much varied damage coming from mudgolems that it's very spooky. And now they've gone, wait, why are we just getting picked off? Let's just group up and go. So I love mudgolems and just pushing in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tokyo's
attack.
under vision right now. Tokyo, no, you're dead.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, Skeeter, you little devil there. He held his chrono to the last point. He was like, he doesn't know I'm here. I'm going to make it think like he's going to live. No! I'm going to use chrono. Fair play. Gotta respect that. He paused and he just made sure he knew exactly when he was going to do it. Best play of the game from Skeeter so far. Joking, no. I'm not.
Hold on to your taters.
Oh, right. I thought that was some weird shade. I thought that was like some 2018 Milan healed the bee's knees, but 2020 I'm like, what's this angle you're going with? But no, you're talking about hero mechanics and yeah, good old kick. I see. Okay, no, yeah, there's too much, to be the true Dota historian. Yeah, you have to dip your hand into the cookie jar a little bit, not too much. Okay, so alright, so Centaur again. I just big fan. He's goes for Blink, Pipe, Ags, AC. He's basically going, okay. My lad's gotta survive. Please. Isn't exactly.
Takes.
Wow. Oh, bye Miposhka. He has the gem. Oh, nice. That's good. Nice little glimmer. Yeah, if you were the Oracle in your pub at that point, with a gobble up thrown at you, you're might need a new, change your underwear there, because holding a gem in this type of game, it's like, this is what can keep your team in the game, because you get to get those cheeky D-walls, you take away any aggressive vision, but as soon as you lose it to one stupid pickoff, you're like, oh no, the map's so dark. So yeah, I think we're very happy that So Bad was in position to help Miposhka there, because that could have been doom and gloom for Yellow Submarine. Alright, oh yeah, Snapfire's level 25 now. Here we go. This is the stuff. MKB, Daedalus, 3 extra little multi-shots, a little shredder, and it does his damage. This is a big timing though. They have the Skadi on the Spectre. They have this tank to be able to go into the fight. The issue is it now a little bit too late where Mudgolems, they have double halberd now on Viper on the Void. It's not going to be so simple for this Furion just to enter the fight. If the Furion had BKB, I could maybe accept there's a mirroring timing coming from both teams. But because they don't have this way to get rid of this disarm, so much damage is now removed from Yellow Submarine if Mudgolems are positioned correctly. But look at them. They're hugging each other, holding this defensive tri-camp area, got that low ground vision. They're ready for this type of play. They're like, well, all we have to do is win the next fight and the game's in our favor.
Dire are scanning.
Wow.
3 times 3.
That is very characteristic for Fada. He likes to be that frontline, and you saw it in the previous parts of the game. Minute 10, minute 20, he's always barreling in first, popping his ult, plays in the tombstone, and now, unfortunately at this point, one lift and a Furion well positioned. Boop. See ya. Thanks for playing. They didn't really have to use anything for that engagement. If Yellow Submarine can buy out enough time, wait for this Roshan, or keep contesting it very gently, if they get this BQB on the Furion, this could be a very scary fight. This entire game right now is, can Skeeter hit the Chrono to win the game? That's it. If the Chronos aren't good, then Yellow Submarine have a way to take fights, because the fear of Chrono alone, it's so scary, because it's like Chrono Furion win game. That's
Radiant
literally the playbook
scanning.
right now for Mudgolems. Or gobble up, jump up. All of them. It's not good, ever. I think if you go through the history of Dota 2 and the amount of games lost from teams diving this kind of like behind the tier 2 pocket on both Radiant and Dire, Like, that one play completely can lose you the game. So I'm really happy Yellow Submarine didn't get a little bit kind of antsy and go, ah, kill the Snapfire, go! You know, like, they were respectful. Especially when the Void was smoked behind the Snapfire as well. So, good stuff, Yellow Submarine. But again, contesting this Roshan, that's the critical play here. It's an Axe Roshan as well. Get your bodies in there, boys. The buyback, the Fury! Die back!
Ah, quit your belly aching.
Yeah, that fight for Mug. Oh, are they going to get clapped to real quick? Hold up. That's it all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ah, yes. The Yag Stampede. For you shall never kill me. Oh, the Gobble Up, though. Hello.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Do I look like some buckle bunny to you?
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks.
Also,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
let's go for the end.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
They have Chrono up in 3
Dire's
seconds,
middle
so
barracks has fallen.
they're going to be able to fight up again if they really want to. Yeah, especially because he has that Ag Synth as well. He's going to be able to really utilize that free bash he's going to have here. I'd be scared if I was Yellow Submarine chasing out like this, especially with the Chrono. Like, no one's TP back on Radiant. They actually want to take this fight. Skeeter jumping in. I will say during this quiet part, I got to give props to Fada going for that position 5 Dagon to deal with the Spectre, because as soon as Haunt comes in, you just Dagon that illusion, get rid of it, and suddenly the Spectre can't jump you. So I like the cute Dagon 1 pickup, and now he's going back, I believe, for the Ags after that, just so he can be a tanky boy.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's been an uphill struggle for sure. But see with mudgolems, they know that they can win the game right now. They have the Chrono, they have everything they need. They're insanely tanky, so they're just parking themselves up. They don't even care about this top pressure coming in from the Furion. So one big team fight. Can YeS have the good positioning?
Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Dire's ancient is under attack. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Radiant victory.
That's so